Poder sonoro en constante evolución, incluyente y plural.
Star Rock, Gritaradio.
Gritaradio. Señal binaria en tus oídos.
Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos el día de hoy, transmitiendo completamente en vivo desde la cabina de Gritaradio, desde Coyoacán, México, para toda la gente que nos ve y escucha, cualquiera de sus plataformas preferidas, estamos en todas para que nos escuchen. El día de hoy, muy emocionados, estamos con Jacob de Papa Roach, obviamente, bueno, pues tan emocionados que ha sido parte de la historia del rock and roll en México, y eso nos da mucho gusto, y bueno, pues está conmigo también Axel, parte también de aquí de Gritaradio, que estará encabezando, llevando esta locución también el día de hoy. Te damos la bienvenida, Jacob. Welcome to Mexico City. Welcome to Old Islands with us. Y bueno, pues obviamente estamos tan emocionados que, bueno, que nos platiquen para él qué es México y qué es el rock.
Carter, how you doing, brother? What's up? Axel, good to talk to you guys. And thanks for having me. And as far as our relationship with our fans from Mexico and south of the border and beyond, it's been an important connection for us for years. I remember the first time we came to Mexico City and we played Palacio de los Deportes, and just the fans and the reaction and the energy and the vibe and the spirit was just like through the roof from the first time I came. And so I knew that there was something special, and we've connected, and it's been a cool story and a cool journey for us through the years. And you know, we just keep making music and connecting with people through this music and positively impacting the people with this music, I believe. And good energy, good passion from the people in Mexico. I always light up and get excited when we come down there, for real. I'm like, let's go. And really and truly, one more, we see our Spotify numbers. And Mexico, we got a lot of listeners. We got a lot of people that are listening. And so we see that, you know what I mean? So that's why we keep coming back.
I know, because rock is still huge in Mexico. I think it's one of the countries where rock still holds a central certain place in our musical imagination. So that leads to our second question, which is, what does rock mean to you? I mean, why is Papa Roach a rock band? I mean, you could have played anything in the world. You could have played pop or hip hop, or there are elements of that in your sound. But why, in the end, is Papa Roach a rock band?
Rock is raw. It's visceral. It's real. It's authentic. It's an extension of what is inside that comes out, and you know, when a certain guitar player can pick up a guitar, and it's like, whether it's Jimi Hendrix that picks up a guitar, or it's somebody else like Monkey from Korn, there's an expression that comes out that is unique, right? It's unique to that player and unique to that person. And so rock is it's like individualist, but it's collective in this sense. And I think that rock, we're not afraid to show our raw, broken edges and just be vulnerable and be real and extreme. You know, and rock expresses itself so many different ways. But the way that we do it, you know, it's just raw, real, emotional, and authentic. And I think that that's what rock is to me.
So do you think rock is going to stay prevalent forever, or do you think there are other ways of being also free and authentic? Or what is special about the way that we rockers are true to ourselves?
I think what it is, man, is the rock community is very inclusive, right? We're just like, come on, we're the freaks, like, let's go. You know what I mean? And there's something special in that. And I think that that's what will allow rock music to continue to be impactful and inspiring and authentic for years to come, because it's about inclusivity. It's like, yo, come to our party. You guys are welcome. You know what I mean? And that to me that's my kind of party.
So let's go back to your beginnings back in California. Do you remember the first time when you felt that sense of community around rock and roll?
Oh yeah, man. That was my escape, really and truly, in my small town of Vacaville. You know, it was like all these other kids that love music and punk music and you know, emo music and hardcore music. we all came together and we were like fans of each other's bands and promoting each other's bands and putting on shows together. I would go do sound, like if my band wasn't playing, I would go do sound for the other bands because I had some speakers, you know. And so it was just like this scene and community that was, we weren't all the same styles, but it was like we loved and respected each other. And that sense of community was something that I am so grateful for. It gave me so much just entertainment and friendships and stories, and just, it was such an exciting time as a kid growing up in the music scene, even in that small town I was from.
That's awesome. And has it been hard for you to stay that rooted, that linked to the community, or have you like felt the temptation to become a rock star above it all?
I mean, hey man, ain't no doubt I'm a rock star, right? That's the real dude. But it's like, just like 4 nights ago, we put on a free acoustic concert in our home here in Sacramento. And rolled up a place called Cesar Chavez Park, right? Free concert for the people, just rocked acoustic. And it was, come on, like that's connected. That's connecting with our roots. I like that, man. Like some of my favorite artists are the ones that find ways to be larger than life.
Yes.
But then still be rooted and connected amongst and with the people. You get what I'm saying? Like,
but
I don't know.
there's a tension there, right? It's difficult.
Sorry?
But there is a tension there, right? It's pulling in different directions to be like larger than
Here's
life
the thing.
rock star.
There is a tension, right, of pulling in both directions, but like the music is the thing that is the thing in the middle that's like brings it all back together. You know, it merges both of my lives together.
I also want to talk about your work with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, because I think that's another way in which you're also like giving back to the people and like fulfilling your role as part of the community. How did you start? Who reached who? Did you approach them? Did they approach you? How did the connection got established?
Well, so for us, you know, I got to say our fans have given us so much. Since 1999, when I got to quit my job and chase music as my career, I only get to do that because of the fans, right? And so how do I give back in a way that is authentic with our story and who we are and our story in the music? And our music from the beginning, from our song Last Resort, it was a cry for help. And now here we are with a song called Leave a Light On, which is a response saying, I'm here for you. It's responding to that call, that cry. And I've got a heart for service. I love people. I love my community. How can I help people? And it started, I had a thing called the Shaddix Family Fund. And it was like, I would raise money for this cancer organization in Vacaville where our band started. And then, you know, time on, I'm like, well, how do I do something that's like, gives back to my community and the fans in a way that connects with the mental health story and the mental health conversation, because we've been part of that conversation since the beginning. And so we saw their campaign, Talk Away the Dark. Our song is Leave a Light On. Their campaign is Talk Away the Dark. It just fit like a glove. And the work that they're doing on the streets, in the community, in the cities, with the people, for the people, by the people. This is an organization I want to be part of, and the movement that I want to be part of. And so we opened up that relationship about 1.5 years ago, and we've been donating money from our song. We've been donating money from our concerts, and we see what it's going to. It's going to the people. It's going to their services, counseling, therapy, group therapy, bereavement programs for people that have lost people to suicide, right? Cool. So I wanted to find a way, you know, to give back. And so this is a way, and it's not just a unique American conversation. This is a global conversation. That's why I'm talking about this in a bigger way, because we know that the battle up here in the mind and the heart is heavy, and you can't go that alone. You gotta have people around you. You know what I mean? And I've had people around and been helpful to me in my darkest times of need. And so that's what this song is about. It's about being there for somebody. That's what this
I am
movement.
very glad. I am very glad to hear that there have been people close to you in those times, because that makes
Yeah,
a huge
man.
difference.
And I've been able to be there for people in their times of need as well. And that's what this song is about, to inspire that story, to inspire that conversation. Who in your life, Axel, could you be there for, right? Like
Yeah,
Ricardo, who in your life could you be there for? Who are you there for, right? And inspire that, just that conversation, that idea that we look out for each other.
and it's interesting that you chose not only to give the money, which is very, very helpful, but also to have the song, right? So what
Yeah.
role do you think a song plays? I mean, why didn't you just give the money, but you thought, no, I think we could help, if not more, at least in a different way, if we have a song that also brings this message. What role do you think the song can play?
I know that music is inspiring. Music can influence a hopeful nature in people. It can inspire people with hope. And if hope, all you need is just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it grows to a little bit more and a little bit more. And that's a beautiful thing. And I know that music can inspire hope in people. It's inspired hope in me. And that I've experienced it myself. So it's just another way of pushing that forward and creating that story again and telling that story again. Music is a powerful thing.
Do you remember how you've discovered that? How did you discover the power of music, the power of song, especially?
I would say it would be Mike Ness that was that type of writer that inspired me in that way, because he had an album, White Light, White Heat, White Trash, and it was about this growing, this new him as he was growing into this new man and tearing away these old ideas and maturing. And I think that the way that he told his story was just inspiring to me. I was like, I've always really looked up to him as a writer, as a songwriter, as a lyricist, and the way that he would be kind of like tough but still vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he was one of those writers that I saw that inspired me in that way.
Were you already writing songs at that time?
I was that was early and fast, early, late 90s for me. I was just beginning as a songwriter. So I was, but I was also listening to like Mr. Bungle and Faith No More, which Mike Patton, his lyrics were always cynical. And so, but he's one of my favorite writers too. But the way that I approach music, it comes more from, the heart of what I saw.
Una última pregunta nada más. Estamos haciendo un ejercicio poniendo una canción en la cápsula del tiempo para que en 100 años se escuche una canción de Papa Roach, pero no sabemos qué tan difícil es escogerla para nosotros. Entonces queremos que, bueno, obviamente, justamente, y nos diga de propia voz qué canción tenemos que poner en esta cápsula del tiempo para mandar, y que en 100 años, bueno, cuando no existamos ellos ni nosotros, exista esta canción y encuentren qué es lo que se hablaba en estos momentos de esa canción.
Oh, thank you so much, Jacoby. Thank you for your time. We only have time for one last question. And this is the stock question we have for all our guests, because we are like building a musical time capsule. Like we want to choose like the greatest songs ever. And we want to include, of course, a Papa Roach song, but we're going to choose it ourselves. We want you to choose, like, what Papa Roach songs should we have in this time machine that we're going to keep for prosperity?
Okay, how many songs do I get to put in? Just one, or
just one? Okay, maybe two.
Maybe two. Oh wow.
I know it's difficult. It's like your song. I think so. You can choose if you your song.
I would say Last Resort.
Okay.
And Leave a Light On. Those two, Last Resort and Leave a Light On, because there's something like about, I said it in the interview earlier, Last Resort is the cry for help, and Leave a Light On is the response to that cry for help. And within that arc, there's so much growth and maturity that I've experienced as a person that I just feel like it's the two pillars to who we are. So
Thank you so much. Also, light and darkness. And thank you so much, Papa Roach. Thank you so much, Jacoby. This is Gritaradio, and of course, Mexico is looking forward.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Jacoby from Papa Roach, and you are listening to Gritaradio.